Robert Stewart, where are you from and how long have you lived in Orange Beach?
I'm originally from Fairhope. My wife Cassandra and I have lived in Orange Beach around 36 years. I'm running for Orange Beach City Council Place 5.
All right, great. For city vision and priorities, what are your top 3 priorities if elected, and how do you plan to accomplish them?
My 3 are safety, community, and schools. Safety, we've got to continue to bolster both Orange Beach Police Department and Orange Beach Fire Department and all their sub departments like beach rescue, ambulance, EMT, support services. We've got to continue to give these people the equipment that they need and the latest and greatest that'll help them to do their jobs safely, more proficiently, and most importantly, to get them home safe at night. The next will be community. We live in a city that many people aspire to retire to. We have to deal with tourists. We have to deal with day trippers. We deal with people that work here. We deal with people that are just passing through. And if we happen to have a concert at the wharf, we could have 15 to 20,000 extra people in town. Yeah. So it's critical that we do for the people that live here, that call this place home, that we work on our growth control and for our traffic, but also make Orange Beach special to those that deal with it year in and year out and call this place home. And the last is schools. I was elected to Baldwin County Board of Education. When Orange Beach split away, I was the first chairman, got us through the split. Schools are something I'm very passionate about. We've got to make sure that every child, that no matter what their need is or where they are emotionally, physically, it doesn't matter. They deserve everything that every other child deserves. Yeah. We must take care, because a good school adds property value and community identity.
Yeah. And what is your long-term vision for our city over the next 5 to 10 years?
My long-term vision is first of all, we're gonna find an answer to that zipper merge on Beach Express. Yes. That's going to be the first thing we do, and then the next thing we do, we have to get into the traffic. We've got to make, when we say life is better here, our residents have to believe that. They've got to want that, and I believe we're almost there. I plan on getting us there.
Yeah. And how will you balance growth and development?
So the genie is out of the bottle. So now we have to deal with play the hand that's been dealt us. The only way that you can control growth and traffic, well, let's start with growth, is through zoning and ordinances. I've been on planning commission for 20 years. I know how to get that done. There's things like PUD requirements, subdivision requirements. We're getting ready to start our comprehensive plan. Late December, we should have a lot of information on where we stand with our utilities, our building requirements, and things that we need to improve on.
All right, great. How do you plan to handle the city budget and prioritize spending?
Yeah, so as I know now, I know that the department heads that work for the city of Orange Beach, they try to stay under budget. They are good people doing a great job. So until I kind of get in, this is the part of the job that I have actually the least amount of personal responsibility with, or it's because I was responsible for tens of millions of dollars worth of budgets in my job, in my profession. But I need to see what the city's inflow and outflows are. I need to see where we are in budget, where we're spending the money. Do we need to add some money somewhere? Do we need to take some money from somewhere? Mm-hmm. All I know is this: whatever is best for the city and the citizens of Orange Beach, that will control my budget decisions.
All right. And on to, do you support raising, lowering, or keeping taxes the same, and why?
I spent a term on Baldwin County Board of Equalization, representing South Baldwin County. My job was to help people get relief from property taxes. If they came in and they could show that their taxes needed to be reduced, that's what we did. I see no reason to raise one tax in the city of Orange Beach for any reason.
That's great. What specific services or programs would you protect from budget cuts, even during the downturn?
You got to start with safety, fire, police fire. And then in the school, you've got to keep the doors open. But then you have to make a priority list. You have your wants and your needs, and then you have the things that you can't live without. So once you make that list, this is critical. This isn't a Robert Stewart question answer. This is a mayor, city council question answer. We have to be unified. And when we make our decisions, it has to always be what's best for the citizens in the city of Orange Beach.
Yeah. For housing and development, how do you plan to involve the community in decisions about new developments and zoning changes?
Great question. So currently the Orange Beach Planning Commission, they meet the second Monday of every month. City Council has their regular scheduled meetings. So that is one, and I know it can be a pain, but they're also online. The City Council are, Planning Commission are not at this time. So we have the things already structured that people can do. But what I did for a living, I managed HOAs and POAs, and so I had to be involved. I'm a people person. I'm a community person. So for me, I like the idea of either having small groups of specialized people. Some of the most brilliant people, successful people in the world live in Orange Beach. Why not utilize that? Mm-hmm. So my thing is, it's corny and it's cliche, but it should be government for the people, by the people. Mm-hmm. And I stand on that.
That's good. For education and youth, how will you support our city schools and ensure all children, including those with special needs and disabilities, have access to quality education?
Again, I served Baldwin County Board of Education. I learned a good deal on my time there. I learned more or less how the system works and how it can work. When we split, first chairman of Orange Beach City Schools, education and children are a passion of mine. First of all, our education has to be open to all. Again, whether the most fortunate to the less fortunate, it's for all. Our special needs. I just became aware of an awning need that we need at the elementary school for special needs children to get in and out of cars. I want to be involved in making that happen. We cannot turn a blind eye. Our community will be a stronger community when our schools are strong.
Yeah, yeah. And what role should the city play in supporting youth programs and after-school opportunities?
I think what the city has been doing is fabulous. I think that there's no one else around really that I can find that are doing the things that we're doing. Mm-hmm. So kudos to those that get it done. But look, I like to think outside the box. Again, we have some amazing people in this community. Believe it or not, myself and all these other politicians, we don't and they don't know everything. So why not tap into that pool of experts that are around us?
Yeah, I like that. For transportation and infrastructure, what is your plan to improve roads and pedestrian safety?
Yeah, so roads. So what you have to understand is most of our roads are state roads that are controlled by ALDOT. With those roads, we're at the mercy of ALDOT. The city bought Canal Road East, so those are some things that we can control. But regardless, whether it's ALDOT or us, again, traffic, the studies that the state's doing right now about traffic in Alabama and Orange Beach, once we have all that information, the new council and mayor will be able to make informed decisions based on the information we have. I don't want to guess. I just want to throw an answer out there. I want to make informed decisions.
Yeah. And how will you ensure equitable infrastructure investment across all neighborhoods?
Wow. Yeah. So something you need to understand that I had to learn was when Orange Beach was built, our floodplain in the last 20 years has been changed twice. Why is that important even? Well, if you want to get a mortgage on a house or be able to insure that house, you have to be able to whatever the federal flood guidelines are, right? And so that's very important. So we actually have subdivisions that were built in Orange Beach because of the way they were built. They wouldn't be allowed to be built today. Either the homes are below grade or below where they should be on flood or lot. So there's all these things that we have to consider. Mm-hmm. What's important is through our comprehensive plan that whatever each subdivision is different. But again, if we're going and we're talking to people in those subdivisions, we know their needs. And I know from where I'm coming from that my time spent on planning commission, we have solved a lot of the problems that were once part of the community.
Right. For transparency and community involvement, how will you ensure transparency and accountability in city government?
For me, transparency, again, is about walking, talking, and meeting with people. Just because someone disagrees with you, in my opinion, I have plenty of people that disagree with me, but they should not be my enemy. They should not be the enemy. Maybe I can learn something from that, or maybe that spurs me to think about something differently. But what's critical is when you go, and like now I'm walking door to door, and you look somebody in the face and you ask them for your vote, that's a very personal thing. Mm-hmm. And I think that we as leaders of this community need to be personal. We need to be approachable. And more than anything, we need to be servants. We're servants. Mm-hmm. That's what this job is about.
Yeah. And how do you plan to keep residents informed and involved in local decision making?
Again, we have the meetings that are always set up, planning, city council. Mm-hmm. But again, for me, a community guy, the part of my life, everything I've done throughout my life has really trained me for today. And when I think about that question, I think about it all the time because I have learned more from coaching kids sometimes than I have from hanging out with adults. So I want to talk to people. I want to know what their kids are thinking. I want to know what their parents are thinking. You've got to be accessible to the people. And that's me. If you ask me something, I'm either going to tell you my answer or I don't know, or I'll find out.
Great. All right, we got 4 more. And you got a lot of heart. We're going to have to pick it up. How do you plan to make the city more inclusive and accessible for people with disabilities, seniors, and other often overlooked groups?
I ran my business almost 40 years. And if you were for 40 years, I had to run my business in a way that you could not discriminate against anyone for age, sex, race, all the things the feds say that you can't do. But not only not in that, we tried to treat people when we could with a Christian attitude, and our employees with Christian attitudes. And some people get all hot and bothered by being Christian and you're a politician, but I'm sorry, that's part of my makeup.
All right, for candidate accountability, who do you see yourself accountable to?
Very easy, in this order: God, family, community.
Yeah, all right. Have you ever changed your position on a major issue? Why, and what did you learn?
Great question, first time I've ever been asked, and I had to think about it. But actually, it's the PUD, the PUD, and zoning. Originally, the PUD in Orange Beach had to be at least 5 acres. And when this was all being talked about, I thought, man, if you let the cat out of the bag, then this, that, or another. But we were in a time, kind of like today, we were overbuilt in traffic. And then what I saw and what was shown to me and proven to me is the PUD can be used to help us with density. Because by right, somebody could build maybe 200 units, but doing a PUD, maybe they only build 110. So it has its advantages, but that is the thing that really opened my eyes. And thank you for a great question.
Yeah, you're welcome. Last one, what sets you apart from the other candidates running?
Yeah, and so I think for me personally, the folks that aren't in office right now, I feel like that I won't have the learning curve that they may have. Now, and they've got strengths that I don't have. But when we're talking about municipality and education and building and traffic and parks and rec and all the things that I've done for a long time, I feel like I'm the best choice.
Yeah.
But those that have been serving and are running, I know them. They're friends. I can work with any of them. I look forward to that.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Robert Stewart, for your time.
Thank you.